as you all know, that there was a program on entrepreneurship development. 3 days program was there. It was organized under IDP NAHIP. So we are very much thankful that you have accepted that our invitation to be a part of this valedictory session as a chief guest. So on behalf of all of us, once again, I welcome you. I would like to extend my cordial welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Mahesh Masal. Sir, it seems that students have said that in all these 3 days program, his session was the excellent one. Thank you so much for coming, Tura, and I welcome you for this valedictory session. Further, our dynamic dean, ma'am, Dr. Jyoti Vastrar, madam, I welcome on behalf of all students, faculty and non-teaching staff, I welcome you for this this valedictory session. Further, all our faculty members are there, as well as non-teaching section heads are there, students. So once again, I welcome one and all for this valedictory session.
Today we come to an end of 3 days workshop on entrepreneurship development program. In this regard, I would just like to give a brief about the different activities that we have done in this 3 days program. 3 days. Obviously, I think all the students have some intense sessions, some fun sessions, and I hope it was a very beneficial and they have enjoyed. This workshop was conceived with an objective to motivate the young graduates towards self-entrepreneurship and capacity building. And in this juncture, I would also like to mention that the program is being funded by NAHIP IDP project, and the nodal officers of this center is our dynamic Madam Jyoti, and she is also the director of this program. The workshop was inaugurated on 26th July with the participations of 120 students from first year to fourth year with all the for both the degree programs. The session was inaugurated on 26th and was graced by Dr. B.K. Solia as a chief guest of the sessions, and Mr. Sandeep Sabharwal from Deshpande Foundations as a guest of honor.
I am here standing before you to give my feedback on the program that I have enjoyed it so far. The meeting started from the first day with the Prime Hub team. They taught us what the entrepreneurship is. When we came here, we just knew that we are going to learn something about entrepreneur, what is that. After coming, they taught us what is entrepreneurship, why do we need entrepreneurs in our country, what is the need, and how are we going to, and in the second half, they taught us what is the step-by-step business model, how are we going to create our business model. With a lot of activities, they taught us how we are going to create business model, where we first thought of our group. We made a group, then we named it, then we thought of what product we are going to work with, after what are the problems we are going to solve with, and what are the problems which is going to get in our team building and our business building, how are we going to solve it, and many more like this. We learn step by step how we are going to set up our business models. And the second day with the Sandeep Maheshwari sir, with so many activities, and our faculty teacher as our mentors, we learn through so many activities the points of what is the point of having a teamwork and how we are going to build our business. There were so many activities. We built the towers with newspaper, how we have resources, but we need to know how we are going to convert that resources to something useful, something we need, something our environment needs. So that was what we learned in the second day. And third day, from the Nehu staff, Mr. Sir Suman, who is from BioNest and BioIncubator, who told us about all the facilities that are given to us and that we can get use of, from government schemes to Nehu scheme and all that. It was such a good experience to know all this, because even after having all the ideas and all, if we don't know where we are going to get help from, we can't do anything. So thank you, sir, for that.
It had been a wonderful 3-day workshop program on how to develop on entrepreneurship, and I'm sure everyone has learned one thing or another, and especially all those who dreamt of going into entrepreneurship in the future. I myself and some of my batch mates had some interest in our own startup plan. The special day came, which was the first day of our workshop, guided by Team Prime Hub, both Shillong and from Tura itself. We got together and formed 5 teams, along with our seniors. My team based our idea on ready-to-eat food. The Prime team member divided among themselves and helped in guiding with the best for their team. They showed us how and what problems and what solution we should come up with before our own startup program. And they guided us how we can go into incubation in their center and perform our best. I got to know what SWOT is. Actually, I didn't know what SWOT was before, but in this 3-day program, I got to know what SWOT analysis was, and with my teammates, we came to have fun, even though it was hard. But I want to say is that teamwork is a good thing. On the second day, Sir Sandeep Sir guided us how important it is for teams to work and how failures in enterprise comes, but there will always a way forward and gain forward that we can come up with and how we can cope up with. He planned us in the groups and he guided us how to work in team. And we had our own the teaching staffs as our guide and non-teaching staff as our guide. We got to know our seniors and our seniors got to know us more. And I'm very thankful for Sir Sandeep to guide us in teamwork and how even the small practical he provided. We were provided with newspaper and how the newspaper we can make a tower and what do we need and how teamwork can make simple things into big stuff, and small stuff can mean big stuff, like even the small drops can make up into a big sea. And today, which is the 28th July, in the morning, a brief introduction of BioNest Incubation Center, faculty Nehu Turap, was done by Dr. Suman Nandi. He explained how even UZ students can take part in startup program and what help and grants we can take and whatever raw material and what help we can get. And then after knowing that, I came to know that we are so lucky to have the BioNest in the Northeast itself. He even said that even in West Bengal, he doesn't have it. So I hope that in near future, we'll all get some help from Tura Bio Incubation.
Sometimes you need to wait in life. Don't expect your speed to be somebody's speed. Don't compete with anybody. Only competition you have is with yourself. Don't compare with anybody. Compare yourself with yourself. Every day should be plus. That's all life. Can you understand? We are not here to compete and defeat anybody in this world. Our journey is our journey. What I am is I am. That's all. Moment you try to compete with somebody, you become them. That's the problem. And moment you become somebody, you are lost. And moment you are lost, there is no existence. Can you understand? My dear friends, what you do and what you get, both are not important in life. Of course, 3 days we said you do this, you get this. We said all that. But reality is what? My experience of 20 years, having trained almost 8 lakh plus almost 10 lakh people now across the country, my experience is what I do and what I get, both are not important. In the process of doing and getting, I am becoming something every day. What I become, that is very important.
Other teams, please give them a big round of applause. Please don't be sad. The second positions were backed by 2 teams. Cashew Apple Queens, please stand up. Dolika Brahmachari Mayum, Sonia Yankokpam, Priyanka Chanu, Kananbala Devi, Ningthauzam Vidyalakshmi Devi, Pritika Maishnam, Laimram Gita, Niha Kumari and Pema. The next team, Mayaruni, Techi Apu, Bamichuni, Nani Jomo, Othanupom, Nangya. Thank you girls, congratulations to you. Please don't be sad, you will also be getting the certificates. Please take a seat now. The third positions was backed by Nephophilia. Please stand up, the team Nephophilia, Hasini Raskumari, Levi Dongsin, Sloitongbam Angela, Ritika Sagol Sem, Malasana, Lenthoingambi and Alina. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. We also had a consolation prize for this one. It was backed by the team Stellar. Tiasola Fountain, Sunglam Cheltok, Sima, Pooja, Wahida, Vivian. Everyone please stand up. Papung and Arpita. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations to Mamuni ma'am. Good mentorship. This enterprise is going to have a 3-product line. We'll be having a 3-product line, cosmetics, auxiliaries, and the food bases from Star Food, that we also call it as a Karambala. Looking forward to see your product in the near future, girls.
This is a very, very interesting event, you know. I come from a world where, when I was your age, entrepreneurship or even the idea of starting something of your own was not considered cool at all. I don't think it's considered cool even today, because I feel like the environment for creating things leads to something that is a failure. Not everyone agrees that the idea that you do not give up and the idea that you learn from everything else is a win. That's not a failure. I've been an entrepreneur for 22 years now. And I'll tell you why. I turned 40 this year. So I started my journey at your age, or perhaps a little younger. My first venture was selling flowers at the age of 16 in Kolkata's New Market. I'm a Shillong boy. I'm from our proud green hills of Meghalaya. But the very first job I ever had was selling flowers in New Market, Esplanade, and creating bouquets in a time when we couldn't use a mobile phone. This is 1998, when a phone was about that big, you know, like a room. And when people didn't know the idea of what you call e-commerce and delivery, this was not there at the time. So my first job was a very good experience. The florist that I worked in was owned by a lady like yourself. So a lady gave me my first break in life, a beautiful woman. And I was very, very low and very, very sad, because I was a Khasi boy who didn't know exactly what to expect from. And my first instincts on that campus was, it was an international school. And my first instinct was, Mark, you don't fit in, you know. I did not feel like I fit in there, because all these families had all this wealth and all this knowledge and such beautiful backgrounds and such great impact, and I didn't feel like I fit in. So those early years at your age were my education. I did not have the privilege of the kind of formal education you've had, apart from my high school life. But I'm proud to say that today my organization is a very prominent part of the non-formal education space in the country, having pioneered the very first tribal youth skills initiative for soft skills, confidence and self-worth.
The College of Community Science is a wholesome has a wholesome syllabus in itself. The syllabus is one of the best examples in the country for a multidisciplinary science ever we have seen in any other degree programs. And I feel proud that we are almost online with the NEP guidelines what are being framed. We are 80% or say more than 70% online with NEP already. We have, I'll tell you the most important thing here is we have around 30 credits of student ready program. I would like to expand READY because this is there only in the community science syllabus, and of course I think agriculture people also may have. And this is Rural Entrepreneurship Awareness Development Yojana, and this is it encompasses three to four important experiences for the kids. One is experiential learning, that is after 3.5 years the student is given his option to take any one of the modules that are offered for enterprise development. Then it includes rural awareness work experience, wherein the student has to go and stay in the village for around 50 days. And then it also includes plant training. That is 8 weeks. 8 weeks it is actually. And this is how we have made our program, the BSc Honours Community Science, BSc Honours Food Nutrition and Dietetics, more community based. And I bet my students would not only be the best homemakers, but the best community organizers ever and the best professionals in the country. I bet you put them into any of the jobs, they will excel and they'll be the best performers among all the degree holders in the country.